Across the globe, human trafficking is the third largest organized crime after drugs and the arms trade. And according to the United States Department of Justice, nearly 15,000 people are trafficked into this country every year. Still, most experts agree that India is the epicenter of this insidious crime, and activists report that 80% of all human trafficking in that country is done for sexual exploitation. Our next guest, Sunitha Krishnan, survived a brutal sex attack at the age of 15, an experience that moved her to become a leader in the war against sex abuse and the sex trade in her native India. Through her organization, Prajwala, or Eternal Flame, she and her colleagues have rescued thousands of women from prostitution and educated their children to help end the cycle of sexual exploitation. And she joins us now. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. So let me start with that attack that I mentioned. I know you talk about it all the time. Sometimes it gets a little too much, but let's start with that, because after that attack, I've read that you said to yourself, I am not going to be defined just as a victim. I am going to identify myself as a survivor, and I'm going to fight back. What compelled you to do that?
I think the sheer unfairness of the world around me, which kind of blamed me for a crime that I never did. Right. People were blaming me for 8 men attacking me, and I was the center of shame, center of guilt, center of ostracization and exclusion. Mm-hmm. The entire unfairness of that. I think that was what pushed me to believe that this is not done, and I'm not going to be defined by these people of who I am.
So let me just talk about that. The stigma of being a victim of sexual abuse, is it still prominent in India and around the world?
I think that's one of the anger I grappled with every day in my life. It's anger that churned me to this mission. And 26 years later, I am filled with not just anger, it's like an outrage, because that stigma hasn't changed. Women, children continue to be victimized for a crime that they have not committed. They continue to be shamed and constantly blamed for the attacks. So it's sometimes the clothes they wear, or it's sometimes the behavior that they project. But end of it is they're responsible for what happened to them. So nothing has changed in the last 2.5 decades and more. And that angers me, and that drives me to do what I am doing today.
So listen, we hear about the statistics, the global statistics on sexual trafficking, and those are important to know. But talk about the concrete experience of the women that you help in India, the women who have been forced into sex trafficking and their children. What is their day-to-day life like?
You need to know what they come from. What is their day-to-day life when they are in sex slavery. Any average child aging 8 or 10 years who's in a brothel needs to be catering to not less than 40 to 50 men a day, which means our average day would start something like 2 in the afternoon and end 5 in the morning next day. And, if she doesn't meet up with the targets of 40 men or 50 men, she would be tortured. She would be physically assaulted for not reaching the daily target. So it's like a market, and everybody has to reach the daily target. And it's a huge amount of competition there, because if you don't reach the target, then you're no more making business sense. So an average day would be getting raped 40 times a day. And an average day would also be about grappling with a whole world of infections in your body, keeping yourself insane and intoxicated with drugs and alcohol and all kinds of intoxicating substances. So, end of the day, the kind of human being you become is a person who has no trust in the world.
So listen, most people who hear the story of what you do think it's beautiful and heroic, but not all folks do. You have been attacked. You have been the victim of acid attacks and in countless death threats. First of all, Are those just the traffickers after you, or do your enemies encompass a larger group of people? And how do you develop the courage to deal with this?
I think every trafficker loads me in terms of the kind of damage I give them. Every child that I take out of their clutches is a huge business loss for them. So they're not people who are going to garland me and hug me and say thank you. They're people who are going to do everything to wipe me out. That is one constituency which doesn't like me. But I think my bigger challenge is the world. You know, the social perception, the community perception about these victims is my bigger enemy, because I don't mind staking my life for these children. I don't mind dying for these children, provided, you know, I'm sure that, you know, these people will be accepted back by the world as equal citizens.
Sunitha, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.